friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany, where I have new videos every week about books and the geeky mom lifestyle. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a series review for a YA fantasy series that I feel like a lot of people have been sleeping on. This is one of the most underhyped series that I really love, and the final book just came out, so I thought this was the perfect time to do this video. I'm going to be reviewing the YA fantasy trilogy that begins with Black Wings Beating by Alex London. I have the first two books. I had an e-arc of the third one. I've not yet had the chance to pick up a finished copy, but we have Black Wings Beating, Red Skies Falling, and most recently, Gold Wings Rising. So I have been telling people for the last 3 years that they should read these, and I don't know how many people have actually taken my advice, but I really hope more people will pick them up. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an overview of what this series is, what it does, and why I think it's so great. I'm going to put these down. You can look at the beautiful picture of Gold Wings Rising. The covers of these are fantastic. And if you guys want to hear more from the author himself, last year when Red Skies Falling came out, I had the chance to sit down with Alex London and do an interview with him. So I will link that video up above if you want to check it out. He was wonderful and had a lot of really interesting things to say. With that said, what is this series? It is an epic YA fantasy series that is doing a lot of very interesting things that I don't think a lot of other YA series are doing right now. It's got really interesting and unusual world building. It's set in this world where all of the culture and the politics and the conflict and the lifestyle is based around birds of prey like hawks and eagles, and it's really fascinating. The author did a ton of research into birds of prey, falconry, and you can see that bleed into the world and bleed into the details of what happens. The main characters in the series are a brother and sister, and so what's interesting too about this series is that the central relationship here is not a romantic one, although there are some romances that develop on the sides. The central relationship is a sibling relationship, and it's a complicated one. Bryson and Kylie grew up in an abusive household. The trauma of that has long-lasting effects, and throughout the course of the series, we follow them in these arcs of personal growth and development that include healing from some of the trauma of what they grew up with, finding themselves aside from each other, and then also learning how to come together and work together. I think the character work in the series is really fantastic and often doesn't get enough credit. The other thing that's cool about this is for people who are looking for queer representation, there is a lot of it. Bryson is gay, and it is own voices for the gay representation, as the author himself is as well. And Kylie, although these words are not used on page, is clearly, as we learn much more in book 2, aro-ace. She's aromantic, asexual, and part of her journey is coming to recognize that about herself and accept it and learn to express that to others and not feel bad about it. But this is only a small part of it. The siblings are caught up in this much larger story that has historical and political ramifications involving these supposedly mythological ghost eagles. I don't want to say too much about it because spoilers are no fun, but this is an epic, character-driven fantasy series that is so well done and so unlike anything else that I have ever read. In the year that it came out, Black Wings Beating was one of my favorite books of the year, and last year I reread it in preparation for Red Skies Falling and loved it even more. And I do think that Gold Wings Rising does a great job of wrapping up the series and bringing an epic conclusion to the story of Bryson and Kylie and the story of the world that we've just been immersed in. The third book is probably my least favorite of the three. It's still very good, but it does get to be a little bit lengthy near the end, and I think it probably could have been cut down. It waxes a bit poetic about the themes that are being explored, which I do really enjoy in moderation, but I feel like maybe this went a little bit farther than it needed to. That said, it's such a strong series. It has such incredible characters and a really cool world. I hope more people will pick it up. So if you haven't yet, go read them. The entire trilogy is now available, so if you want to binge them, you can. And I will also say, because I've listened to some of them on audiobook, the audiobook narrators are really great as well. So Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts or feelings on the series, and let me know if you guys have read these and your thoughts on them. They might not be for everybody because they are more character driven and they do have a lot of detail to them, but I love them, and I think more people than are picking them up would love them as well. So hopefully this will encourage a few people to try out a new series. Talk to me in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.